He had an evil grin too when he did it.
Oh, him?
When he was like,
oh, yeah. Smile for the camera.
what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Redemption 46 Studios. I'm Nick.
I'm Dom. And I'm Keith.
You know the vibes. Y'all seen the picture. Y'all seen the thumbnail. You know exactly why y'all here. Treasure is back. Go rap unit featuring
What's for that?
Treasure. I thought I saw Shorty on here.
Who's Shorty?
Shorty who did like the 17 track and everything. Lee Young's something. Y'all gonna tell me in the comments. Track video. The track video, I see it. We can listen to the track video.
Let's just get into it.
Let's just get into it. Nah, because we heard this is the joint people kept saying like, yo, like tune in and shit. Like, so hopefully people is here. I hope people didn't be like, well, y'all didn't like the other tracks. I didn't even care how y'all felt after that. Oh man, I'm not explaining how much I love groups. I feel like I won. For the lyrics then?
Well, it's just the one guy, right? We're not even seeing
Nah, I got
in
you.
real time.
Then I got you.
Eagles watching. Better.
You know what I'm saying, man?
I thought the track video was gonna be a little bit more than I mean.
You were robbed, shit.
It was like da.
All we saw was Hyun sucking.
Nobody leaves this place without singing the blues. I feel like a mess. Oh yeah.
Put your hands in the air.
Shall we dance now?
We're definitely trying to dance this comeback. showing the fuck up.
Oh shit.
Nah, she jumped in that shit like a
She
gospel
came in with
singer.
different energy, yeah.
Yeah, that's I'm sorry.
Big John too.
Once she start getting hands in the air.
And she had good vibrato.
All right, cut and print, beautiful guys. Dynamite. How'd y'all feel about this?
I actually really enjoyed this. It was like a rock, kind of like reminded me of some rock, hip hop.
Yeah.
Vocals were nice. I like how the vibe. It was like, yeah, it really made me feel like I was listening to some rock and hip hop. Overall, that woman killed it with that high pitch at the end. Yeah, how'd you feel?
I definitely can see the applications for this. I thought the production was great. I love like that rock element, and anytime you mix like rock and hip hop, like I'm always gonna be a sucker for that. I almost would argue when she came in, she almost turned it into a bit more like gospel a little bit.
She
like,
only had one line. She just kept repeating.
Yeah, but it was enough. Sometimes you could have a couple bars and it's very impactful. She had me hands in the air, like, yeah, praise the Lord. Jesus is with us.
She came in like watching, like Michael Jackson on Watching Me.
Yeah. Like somebody watching me. What I will say though is like I hate that I had certain expectations coming in.
And they didn't deliver.
It was because the way like Redeemer said told me about the track made it seem like the track was more cypher energy. Like it almost was on some like a beat is on and shit, and like the rappers are just kind of like rapping straight up almost.
So if you look at a cipher from the Misfit standpoint, maybe because that was like a rock rap cipher.
But
So
theirs was a little bit more.
No, I completely agree.
Like, you know what I mean? But I'm with you.
I'm reaching here. I'm trying to find something.
No. I'm with you. And sometimes in K-pop you'll get that where I think like the cipher will be more of like a hey, put your hands in the air, hey, and then you'll kind of get your rap off like kind of around that. Like they'll have like their chorus and pre-chorus, and you'll get your rap off around that. And for everything that it was illustrated, like I said, I thought the production was phenomenal. I liked the cadences and everything that they were doing from within everything. It was more so me coming in thinking I was getting a little bit more kind of like straight rock, rap, and wound up getting kind of rock rap packaged in with a little bit of hint of like the gospel at the end when she took us home. Very glad too that they put her at the end to kind of like wrap everything up and stuff because
she was a pretty role.
It wrapped everything up so nicely. But that honestly was like my biggest takeaway from it, and I'm glad we switched on to the lyrics super fast because they were spitting, and I don't want to turn this into a day where people think it's just like, oh, you were being like kind of hard on Treasure. I think it's one of those things where when they are rapping at their best, there's not too many people, not only in K-pop but in the world at their age, seeing them in rap. These three right here are rap gods. Like when they want to spit, like they just spit. And sometimes I don't need a bubblegum ass beat for anybody to just kind of like spit. I almost want them to just be on some like dead serious shit and just kind of like go off because they're so talented. And I want to word it nicely because some people take things like as being mean, but it's almost like you're handcuffing lyricists by not letting them be able to explode on the beat how I want them to. And like I said, it's selfishly because I care about them so much and I know how talented they are that I want to see a little bit more just like pure rap shit. They do it within pop songs where the whole beat will transition into something else. And they'll go off. So I'm more interested in seeing like kind of like a straight up just like cipher beat for them and kind of them go off. But that doesn't take away from anything with the song. I think it fit perfectly well with what was going on the album. I like it. If y'all do know any of the songs where it's more so straight up rap shit, definitely like send the link because I want to jump into that. You feel?
Feel lied to.
I'm still alive.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you, especially like what you were saying. Oh, this is the one. This is the track. And I don't want to seem like kind of like you said, like I'm just beating up on Treasure. But this didn't do it for me either. The best part of the song for me was the last 30 seconds when old girl came in and like kind of just went off. Kind of woke me up in some cases literally. But like because you hold them because we hold them in such high regard. It's hard to not be impressed, or it's more difficult when you're not impressed. I'll put it that way, by some of the music that you hear from them. Because we don't. It's not like they drop regularly. It's not like they're one of those groups that like we know we're gonna get a full EP every quarter. Nah. There'll be some space and time in between when they drop, and it's like you got to make every track you drop count. You got to make every EP count, every video count, because you don't drop that often. That everything you do drop has to be fire, because this is ultimately is your legacy that you're building on, and you're going against. This just wasn't for me. I don't think this should be a download, but Lee Young Hyun definitely killed. She has an amazing voice. I wouldn't mind checking out some of her stuff as a solo artist.
Redeemers, y'all could tell me if she's a solo artist. She's a little legendary. Then she's a part of a group called like Big Mama, which is like another one like of a go-to group and shit like that.
Oh,
I'm not sure if you remember people was trying to say had a killing voice and shit.
Yeah, I've never heard of her.
Yeah, so so I guess this probably is a more of a major like link up than probably we understand. It's probably a situation where it's like some new kids on the block jumping in with somebody who's been around and who's a little bit goated.
See, now that you said that, I kind of want to hear it now. Kids on the block jumping in with somebody.
Ironically, it did. He just did the track for 17. But
really?
Yeah, they remixed Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing?
Yeah, it's a low key song that no one knows. I swear, except our family.
That one.
But nah, I'm also happy that people were in the comments though, and they seem very enthusiastic about just like this link up and everything. Because sometimes within K-pop, you know how that'll happen, where like a link up would be a little bit more monumental than even we know and shit, and then you're just like, oh, okay.
But that's the important thing. As long as the fan base, as long as like the diehard fan base is happy with the product that they put out or the offerings that they give us, that's really what counts. Because I can stand here and I sit here. I again, if you followed us for any amount of time, I'm a skeptic. So take what I say with a grain of salt. That's just me being nitpicky, probably being an asshole or whatever. But by now you know that. So, but as long as the fan base you're happy with it.
That's not even being funny.
What?
Look Who's Killing Voice was underneath Treasure.
That's wild.
That's like kind of crazy, low key. Like the Killing Voice is in there. I didn't know this. Didn't know this information. I wish. Didn't know this information.
No, but as long as the fan base is cool with whatever they put out, as long as they're satisfied with the offering, then that's what's important.
Anything else you want to do?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, and I think like some people don't understand how hard doing reactions are, especially in the sense of like a lot of all these artists have worked for a very long time in their craft. All of them are talented. They all bust their ass, whether it's singing, whether it's rapping, whether it's dancing, producing, or songwriting, and work really hard for every single comeback. The thing is that at the end of the day, that this is art, and art can be critiqued. Mm-hmm. So, with that being said, if you have certain expectations for a group or a certain standard that you hold for a group, when you're not feeling the art that's being displayed, you don't really want to, well, at least us here, we're not really going to sugarcoat it or anything else. We're going to kind of speak our piece and be as respectful as possible. With that being said, sometimes people who are hardcore fans would take the criticism as hate as opposed to it being really love. Because if I really didn't give a fuck about like certain groups, I would just be like, oh, okay, that was cool, not for me, cool. And I wouldn't speak on much at all. But when I really love a group is when it gets into like the yo, I wish they would have did this with the production. I wish this would have happened. I wish this would have happened. Versus like, okay, let's go to the next reaction.
Bro, we would do what about 85 to 90 of these other reactors do. Like, comment, subscribe. You know, have a good. You know, catch you next time. It'll be a 3-minute video.
Yeah, and that's why, like, you know, whether this is somebody's first time here, really go check out like a majority of all our treasure reactions, and y'all will see the love we have for this group. So it's not really no hate, and like I said, it's nothing was wrong with the song at all.
No.
Like from a production standpoint or anything, it's
I
more
think
so
it
just
didn't hit expectation.
yeah. Like I thought it was cool, not quite a download, and I think it's crazy just because I don't know how big you were on like Bona Bona and all that other stuff that dropped.
I actually downloaded Bona Bona.
Same. I have that and I have Move, and like they were moving in such a way where it's just like, oh, okay, like we're here. And now it's a bit more, I don't want to use the term like stagnant, but just more like, okay, like this stuff is cool, but I kind of want to get back to the other
You lost
stuff.
a lot of momentum?
Not really. It's YG artists, so at this point I kind of just like anytime we get fed, it's like we're starving.
But I think that's the problem. But see, that's what I was saying. Like, you got to make these tracks count because we are starving as a fan base. So like when we do get it, it's got to hit, man. Like if that's like if I got an AK with 300 shots, I can afford to miss a few. If you got a revolver with 6, you better fucking hit them all. Like you can't miss. So I think if you're only giving us a small sample size, you can't afford to miss any of these shots. You got to hit them.
Yeah, so the thing is and shit with the new album is that we've only seen a couple different joints. They still got like quite a few things that we haven't really like seen from the album and stuff. So it's still more K-pop to be digested within the album. But jump in the comments, let us know how y'all felt about this. Definitely gonna be getting into more stuff from them. If it's other B-sides on here that y'all want us to react to that might have a different vibe, especially the vibe like we've been talking about, let us know. And maybe it might have been the way the songs dropped as well. If Move, Bona Bona are more of songs, I don't want to say that don't fit the album, but you know they're more grown, but the album is a bit more like chill or a bit more into kind of the Rome House of this,
right?
Or I think Bomb is a single, so I think that won't count for the second album. But you know that might make more sense where it's like, oh, okay, the title tracks really didn't match what was going on with the CD, and when you listen to the whole CD, things would be a little bit different. But we'll find out when we get there. We can only react to what's in front of us, and y'all getting our real reactions.
Yeah.
So yeah. Other than that, we love y'all. We're going to holler at y'all. Peace. And let us know how y'all felt about all this in the comments.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they will.
The gospel.
What the fuck do you guys know about music? This is wonderful.
It's crazy. The lyrics was different. Like, they really was, cadences was